Hello there, BoBo, the Bitcoiner is back. Why do we work? For money, of course, right? We then save the money and hope it will grow, generating interest. But fiat currency never grow. It depreciates through inflation and debasement. So how? Well, we have an alternative now. Bitcoin. Bitcoin will never depreciates. Actually, it grows with time, beating inflation and debasement. Bitcoin solved the oldest problem of humanity. How do we store property or asset securely? Bitcoin never get diluted, stopped, censored, or confiscated. Satoshi Nakamoto created two digital scarcities: 21 million Bitcoin, 1 megabyte block size, both almost impossible to change. Physical items like gold can be confiscated and devalued, like what President Nixon done in 1971. Real estate can be diluted when owed through repair, taxes, maintenance, and are subject to natural disaster like earthquakes, floods, and destructions. Both physical items cannot be easily moved around. So whatever Bitcoin's eventual fate, its blockchain technology is truly ingenious and groundbreaking. Bitcoin has shown how programs running on network of computers can be harnessed to securely conduct payment within and between countries without relying on expensive and greedy financial institutions that charge high prices. Technology that make payment cheaper, quicker, and easier to track would benefit consumers and businesses, facilitating both domestic and international commerce. Bitcoin is the only network that has no one controlling the ecosystem. That is why it prides itself as decentralized. In fact, if you hold dollar, you are part of the centralized system where you have to look up to the politician for your livelihood. But if you hold Bitcoin, you are a decentralized system whereby the politician will look up on you before daring to do anything detrimental to humanity. That's why Bitcoin has become a hot political topic in US and the world. Most people outside of Bitcoin doesn't care about Bitcoin. They are busy living a normal life, working 9 to 5, accumulating dollar and passively investing in whatever their financial advisor tells them to do. Most people are busy, distracted, and they see Bitcoin as speculative instrument or gambling even. They are skeptical and know nothing about Bitcoin. On the other hand, people interested in Bitcoin are incredibly interested in Bitcoin. They are captivated. They can't stop thinking and talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the very important to them, and exponentially growing segments of the growing population. Holding Bitcoin doesn't take anything away from the rest of society anyway, right? In fact, holding Bitcoin just make all other Bitcoin holders wealthier. Actually, it may make the entire world wealthier as people learn they no longer need to hold houses. Instead, they can just hold Bitcoin. This can help real home prices marginally fall, which is good for everyone complaining about the cost of living. And the investor can now get a better return by holding Bitcoin. Bitcoin has no counterparty risk. We don't have to worry about the action of a third party going to lead to a significant loss of the asset value. It is also protected from the risk that might come from regulation. Now that US government already approved Bitcoin ETF, especially with the pro-Trump government coming in on board 25 January, the holders of Bitcoin are always going to be in complete control. But is it dangerous to have nobody to control and manage the ecosystem? This is where the difference lies. We live in under the control society for so long that we believe there must be someone to control and manage us. But we forgot that we are disorganized. We are directionless and have and we need someone to manage us. For the first time in history, we have a Bitcoin ecosystem that is preset, rule-based, built into the protocol, that we don't need anyone to manage us anymore. The preset rule control the management automatically, simply based upon the data input. As simple as that. That is why, whether you like Bitcoin or not, everyone needs to think about how they will protect themselves from the possibility that Bitcoin may become real one day. Right? Owning a small amount of Bitcoin is one way to safeguard against that risk. And you probably need less than you think. It only takes a small amount of Bitcoin to hedge against the future. So owning no Bitcoin at all is like saying Bitcoin will surely fail. So being doubtful about Bitcoin's chance of success is reasonable, but being 100% certain that Bitcoin will fail is overconfident, right? Like the saying, intelligent skeptics are skeptical of their skepticism. I spent 7.5 years falling down the rabbit hole. You realize that it never ends and it goes in all many directions. I learned subjects I never learned before, like economics, finance, investment, the history of money, and Bitcoin's technological innovations. Many of these topics I never understand in depth, but I rediscovered the subject that I have long written off as uninteresting. And I devour articles both for and against Bitcoin. Listen to as many podcasts as possible and read numerous Bitcoin related books. This interest in learning everything I can about Bitcoin stemmed from figuring out how to hold my own key securely. The motivation I gained from self-sovereignty continued to affect my life in an unexpected way. In today's world, where money is concerned, there is a head and a group of people in charge. And we know 100% sure it will be manipulated. People are people. As human nature tends to be greedy or power hungry. Given opportunity, when in power, the tendency is to tweak the system to their own advantage. Right? This happens universally. Tell me which system, network, or agency with people on top holding the power does not cheat or favor their cohorts. That is why Bitcoin network has no middleman. As Bitcoin protocol is cast in stone, no one can change the rule despite it being open source program. We don't need third-party middlemen to make decisions for us. If anyone wants to change the protocol or the rule, it must have the majority acceptance of all the nodes in the Bitcoin network. Bitcoin is very secure because mathematics and cryptographic don't give us different answers. 1 plus 1 is always equal to 2. The same. What is input into the system? The same input always comes up with the same hashes, without fail. The final proof of work, called block hashing, is the ultimate security of Bitcoin transaction confirmation. It's a once in a millennium opportunity, incredibly real. And I've never seen a more asymmetric opportunity. People who missing will experience a massive regret later. Bitcoin is money that can be saved for long term because it continues to appreciate. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.